So what's going on with the Dallas Mavericks? They went from last season being one of the greatest offensive teams in NBA history to just being middle of the pack. Now, we could blame Luka for him not hitting threes, although he hasn't been the best shooter ever since he got to the NBA. That's one of the areas he needs to work on. You could also blame the front office for trading Seth Curry, who is a very good shooter, which they desperately need right now, for a player in Josh Richardson, who hasn't been playing as good as he should be. You could also blame Kristaps Porzingis because, he's been injured and he hasn't been playing as good as he should have. But this is actually a team effort. The front office has done nothing to bring actual good defense to Luka Doncic. My first move as GM is trying to get Al Horford. Now, he's a very solid defender, and I think Kristaps Porzingis could be good at running the floor. Now, we do give them 3 second-round picks, 2 big contracts, but it's worth it because remember, Al Horford's contract is horrible, and this is an example of a failed trade. Now, I did try to get a player like Josh Jackson, and to some extent, Ronnie McGruder. He is a very good player. So I wanted to trade away Trey Burke, Wesley Iwindu, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Boban Marjanovic. The Sixers ended up agreeing to the trade, but the Pistons were a bit too stubborn, and I understand it. Josh Jackson is very, very good. So after that failure of a trade, this is the lineup I am running. Trey Burke, Josh Richardson, Kristaps Porzingis, and Al Horford. Off the bench, we're running Jalen Brunson, Mr. Tim Hardaway Jr., Andre Roberson, who we signed on a minimum deal, Maxi Kleber, and Willie Cauley-Stein. Now, I am not playing Dorian Finney-Smith because I plan on trading him. I just don't really need a wing like him on the team. And this is the trading block. I do want Mike Conley because he's a good defender. Gary Harris, Josh Jackson, and Thaddeus Young are all players that could fit into what I want to do. Now, Josh Green is another player that I don't plan on trading because if he can become a good catch-and-shoot shooter, he could play very well next to Luka. I do expect this to be a fairly good defensive team and a very good offensive team. I'm expecting Luka to average near triple-double for this season. So I want to state off a few things I want from this team. First of all, Al Horford, he needs to be an elite defender. He already is, but he needs to step up big time. Josh Richardson, I really need him to step up as well because his defense has not been as good as, it should be. Luka Doncic, defensively, I don't think he's going to step up, but I do want him to pretty much do the same thing he's doing in real life, but just on better efficiency. Kristaps Porzingis is a player which I'm like, I don't know how good he's going to be because of his injuries, but if he plays at his normal level, I'm happy with that. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm starting Trey Burke over Jalen Brunson. It's because Trey Burke is a much better catch-and-shoot player. Remember, my point guard is not going to be a ball handler, is going to be a catch-and-shoot shooter and a player who can sometimes create offense, and Trey Burke is perfect for that. As you can see, Luka Doncic just getting to the basket and dunking, which for some reason, Luka dunks way more in 2K than it does in real life. He's like a very good slasher in 2K, so I'm gonna kind of abuse that. Something I really want to run is a very heavy pick and roll offense, a lot of catch and shoot attempts, a lot of runs to the basket, a lot of cutting, because that's what I believe can help Luka Doncic have a lot of catch and shoot players around him and just watch him create offense for everybody, which we all know he is very good at doing. Now, the point of Kristaps playing the power forward is because, yet again, I want a defensive big, but I am not sure if it's going to be the best fit. It was good in New York, but I don't think that's going to translate to today's NBA where power forwards are just insanely athletic. Now that's enough rambling of what I want from this team. Now let's talk about the gameplay itself. We're playing the Houston Rockets in our first game. Now this team, yet again, another very big wildcard team. If everyone's healthy, this team could be very good as Luka just decides to get the N1 dunk, which, as you're going to see, happens a lot for some reason because apparently Luka Doncic is the next coming of Vince Carter. Now, John Wall, another player who's very, very deadly. He is insanely fast, and I do believe he is a lot slower in 2K than he is in real life, even if he just manages to blow by Trey Burke and just gets the dunk. But he still feels very slow in 2K for some reason. Now, the point of this offense, yet again, give the ball to Luka. Luka has the ball the majority of the time, which is going to suck once he gets injured, or if he gets injured, because if you're so reliant on one player to get offense and he's gone, then it's just not very good. It's yet again Luka. How does Luka dunk so much? He has 7 points already. He's been dunking way too much, and the Rockets just seem confused. They just can't get their offense rolling. I don't know why they're running Mr. DeMarcus Cousins and Christian Wood at the same time when one of them should be the bench player, and it's obviously DeMarcus Cousins, because let's be honest, Christian Wood is very good. Now, Al Horford. Look at this, look at this. Well, I was going to talk about Al Horford, but look at that. Look at that. Insanely good layup from Luka Doncic. He does that a lot in this game, but Al Horford, his release is weird. His release is very, very weird. I've still not been able to know how to green with it, so it's going to be kind of a struggle for me offensively. Now, yet again, Victor Oladipo is another one of these players who's very, very good on defense and pretty damn good on offense. Not as good as in real life for some reason. I don't know why. Like, Victor's averaging like 20 points in real life, and he always averages like 15 in 2K, which is always so stupid. And here's me being stupid just by ISOing a bit with Luka Doncic. Sorry, not Luka, with Kristaps getting to the basket and gets the bucket somehow with a 7'3" man ISOing for some reason on the 3-point line, which is something I think I'm going to do a bit more because he has decent ball handling abilities for someone as tall as him. Now, Victor Oladipo is very good. He actually torches me a lot this game. He really gets the better of me. And you would think that it'd be John Wall who gets, more buckets from ISOs and things, but no, it's actually Victor Oladipo who really has me struggling on defense this entire game. Now, yet again, he drops to the basket. We actually somehow end up stopping him, which doesn't happen very often and during the duration of the game. We give the ball to Porzingis for 3, and he hits it somehow. Now, every human being with 2 eyes will see that this game is a blowout. The Houston Rockets aren't really very good at defending us for some reason, even if they do have 2 of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA, as Luka gets that insane spin dunk. Now, remember, this gameplay was before the patch. This gameplay is like a week old. They just haven't edited it yet. But still, Luka, thank God they patched it. Like, Luka should not be dunking like that in any way whatsoever. But, yet again, this game, I've been cutting a lot from the gameplay because it's just boring. Like, we're up 30 in the second quarter. Even if they somehow cut the lead, it's still a win for us. Like, they could, yet again, they're not going to do much to beat us at this point. I'm just taking it easy. I'm just literally shooting dumb shots at this moment. But right there, you saw the last shot, Mr. Victor Oladipo had a very good layup, which we were not able to stop, and Mr. Al Horford somehow gets to the basket and gets fouled by a very, very angry DeMarcus Cousins, because, it's DeMarcus Cousins, and his main ability in basketball is giving people fouls. So I think we hit both free throws. I don't remember. I know we missed the first one, sorry. And we give the ball straight to Luka yet again off the inbounds. Give it to Trey Burke, deep 3, green. His release is cash. Oh, sorry, that's not Trey Burke. That's Jalen Brunson. Actually, my bad. Jalen Brunson, another player who has a very good release, who 2K should give a nice card to on my team because he's pretty damn good. But hey, they haven't given Curry a moments card, but they did give him a retro card, so that's good, I guess. So we give the ball to Willie Cauley-Stein, give it back to Luka. We see Willie on the cut, and we give it to him for the and one play. He's a player who I really like. And then we cut to the fourth quarter because that third quarter I actually simulated until this point, and I saw the Rockets were making a huge comeback for no reason whatsoever. I don't know how they came back this much, so I decided to jump in. Luka already has takeover, and he has been just dominant. He's done everything he wants to at this point. Victor Oladipo, yet again, this play really pisses me off. Like, look at that. Look at that. Like, he's done that the entire game. He has 22 points, which isn't much. But Jesus Christ, he's done those stupid plays. And yet again, give it to Luka. Crosses up Sterling Brown and gets the basket with the pretty athletic dunk, which he's done way too much in this game. That's something I'm going to have to take down. I'm going to have to really move down his dunk tendencies and his rating. But at the end of the day, we end up with the W. It's a lot closer than it should have been, but we still win. Trey Burke was pretty good. Luka Doncic was a dunk machine. And we just dribbled the ball out because we're a nice person. We totally don't take the last shot. I'm just joking. We don't take the last shot, but I really wanted to. We end the game 128-119. That comeback that they did really scared me because I thought we were going to lose and blow that 30-point lead we had in the second quarter, but thank God we didn't. Now that's one of the struggles we have on defense. We really need much better defenders. Even if we have Mr. Andre Roberson and Al Horford, I just don't believe that's enough. So make sure where I'm going to be making sure to make a lot more changes to the defensive end. So pretty much no player in this team is safe other than Luka and Kristaps. So here are the stats. Luka had a near triple-double, only missed 2 shots. Kristaps had a pretty good game. Tim Hardaway was pretty inefficient, but he had 21 points. Al Horford was very good. Josh Richardson was meh. Jalen Brunson was pretty good. And everyone else was just meh. Thank God Luka is a point god.